Germany is the most important trade partner. And within our trade, close to 90% of exports from Bangladesh to Germany is actually the textile sector in a broader sense. The hospitality and the warmth of Bangladeshi people is really unique. Thanks already for that. We have had a great start here. Thank you for that. Now, this is actually the first public speech I give here, and I think it's probably no coincidence that this topic is the textile sector and the challenges and opportunities of the textile sector. As you know, the EU is the second largest trade partner of Bangladesh. Within the EU, Germany is the most important trade partner. And within our trade, close to 90% of exports from Bangladesh to Germany is actually the textile sector in a broader sense. That shows a little bit the importance of the need for success in the textile and garment sector. It shows also how competitive the sector is, how competitive Bangladeshi companies are on the European market and globally. And I think we share the interest of the states like that we address the opportunities and the challenges that lay ahead. And we have that common interest. You, as an exporter, we, as recipients of these exports, of the importers, there's a really high share, of course, as you know, of Bangladeshi companies providing supply for our textile sector. So it's a shared interest, and it's an interest, I think. Yes, there are things like the law on due diligence in the supply chains and other things. Yeah, that's important. But one thing I think is a legal obligation. And the other thing is that I think we all share this common interest to have fair labor conditions, to have a good environmental record, and so on and so on. So it goes beyond a mere legal obligation. I think it's a shared interest for both us, the consumers, the importers in Germany and the EU, and for you here in Bangladesh. As a society. And as you know, these things are also always of importance for mechanisms like GSP Plus and so on. I don't want to get into that right now. But I think as was said, we are somewhat in a new era. Things are shifting. Consumers in our countries are looking increasingly also to questions like social, environmental standards, sustainability standards. So it's not only really about compliance, that's really about our common attempt to create a fair and equitable trading system that benefits really everyone. We understand, of course, that this is not an easy challenge. Some of the bigger players in the market might find it easier. Some of the smaller and medium-sized companies might see it as challenging. But I think it's a common interest, and we are here together with the GIZ actually to assist that process. And I think that's also why we are here today. We have that common interest to increase further global competitiveness for the textile sector of Bangladesh, because the textile sector will remain a cornerstone, a backbone of your economy. Yes, of course, you would want further to diversify. I think that is important, but to have that asset of a competitive, globally competitive textile and garment sector is of key importance. Now today we are here to discuss an important tool on this path, the digital product passport. And the idea, as you know, is simply to provide a digital record attached to products, a record that includes critical information on the origin of materials, on environmental footprints, on recycling instructions, and so on. I think it's a mechanism that eventually can help companies to meet stringent sustainability requirements in the EU. Let me provide a concrete example. Imagine a piece of clothing produced here in Dhaka or elsewhere in the country that is certified through the DPP, through that passport. So with just a click, with just a scan, consumers can learn whether it was made with organic cotton or whether the factory adhered to fair labor practices and how it easily can be recycled. And I think this transparency will contribute to foster further trust and responsibility throughout the supply chain. So I think this event provides a great opportunity, and the project is a great opportunity, because I think in the long run, if you want to continue to push the industry forward into a new era, that's very much, I think the goal could be to show that wherever the consumer sees made in Bangladesh, or can understand that is equal to saying that's about fair production, about labor rights, about sustainability, and so on. And I think that is a great comparative advantage if we together can achieve that. So I want again to congratulate the Ministry of Commerce for this great initiative.